Hello, so another revisit to this job that I was working on sort of April, May time this year, sort of 4 or 5 months ago, just to show you how well the wildlife pond is established, the wildflower meadow that I planted over there, and all the pollinator friendly planting beds. And I'm going to show you everything that's on it. We've got lots of bees, lots of butterflies, there's dragonflies, hoverflies. It's just alive. It's a lovely day today, so they're all out enjoying all the plants I put in there for them. So over here, as you may remember, I planted all those dogwood at the back, and I've got these Nepeta Six Hills Giants at the front, and there are bees all over these. And I've got the Simon Bowles mauve here. Again, bees and butterflies, as you can see in these video clips. Absolutely loving it over here. And this is what you want to see when you plant all these pollinator friendly plants. You've got your bees, your butterflies all over them. Just alive with them, it's fantastic. And as you can hopefully see over here in the clips, I've got dragonflies circling, hunting over this wildlife pond, which is fantastic. Using the perches, using all the plants. You can just see one darting at the back there. Got all the purple loosestrife at the back, which is also attracting the pollinators. And all of the hunting ground, as it were, all the wetland seed mix is growing up and establishing. Got the log piles, we've got the rock piles over there, again all habitat, all hunting ground, all doing its job for this ecosystem. So I'm here today on a maintenance visit. I'm very lucky in that a lot of the gardens that I create, the customer chooses to keep me on as their maintenance man, if you like, for their garden, which is great for two reasons. Firstly, for the business, I'm a business, the more customers I have, the better it is. And also, really, from a self-satisfaction point of view, it's nice to see how the ponds and the planting that I create develop. And then, as you've just seen with all these pollinators and the insects and the wildlife, everything I've just shown you in the video, how satisfying it is for me and the customer. I'll knock on the door and they'll be, excited. Oh, we've seen a frog in here today. We've seen a dragonfly today. They get the grandchildren around in some cases, and it's all very exciting, and I love it. As you know, that's the main ethos of my business, is the wildlife friendly gardening. So that is the whole point of it. And areas like this behind me are a lot better, in my opinion, than the idea of a no-mow May, which is great for the month of May. Whoever came up with it, it sounds good. Two, three-letter words begin with M, mow and May, or this, it's a little phrase. No-mow summer is actually better because, insects are going to lay eggs. They're going to start habiting the grasses in May, and then what happens? 1st of June, people come along and kill everything with their lawnmowers and trimmers because, they think no-mow May is done. Job done, as it were. But I actually think a better idea is, because people want to keep their lawns tidy, we get that, it's an obsession we have in England. And if you can spare a section of your lawn just to leave most of the year, cut it back in winter time, when the grass starts folding over, so you don't want to go yellow underneath, cut it back then. So keep an area to one side that you can just leave and not, give it just the no mow May idea. Or even better, dedicate an area like this to a mini wildflower meadow, and then you can just leave that. You can cut your grass in, because in your mind you're doing something really good for pollinators and wildlife in a section of your garden that you can leave all year long. Obviously, get to the end of the year when everything starts turning over, deadheading, bit of maintenance, shake the seed pods on there, and you'll get a new batch, as well as what's going to come back from the existing batch. So that is my advice. So my maintenance visits to this particular garden are a lot better now. You may remember what it looked like before. I'll send a link, or put a link up above, to what it was, if you can't remember, or if you didn't see, or you're new to the channel, what it looked like, how I developed it. I also look after the front garden. There is no lawn in this garden, and there was no real life in here before I started, which is the whole reason I got talking to the customer. Let's get a pond in here, let's get the planting beds, let's get the wildflowers in, let's bring some life in. And as you can see, we've really done that. It's just teeming, and it's obviously more pleasing on the eye. All the colours are here now. These dogwood are only going to get more vibrant as we get to the latter stages of the year. So really, my maintenance now in this visit is, there's all membrane under here that I planted through, so anything that I do find weed wise here is going to be self-seeded from the wind, so that's not a problem to get out. I just really, down here, for example, where I've got this wetland mix and these wildflower here, I just trim it to the edge of the pathway. The whole point, I know, of a wild area is to let it go wild, which we do over this section, but pathways is the one area I will keep tidy, only in terms of the width. And I've got the shadow on me here. In terms of the cutting it down this way, I won't cut the height off. I want that to develop up. I will trim it to the sides, because you don't want it to look a complete mess, as it were, even though the whole point, like we say, is to let it go wild, let it develop. Everything thrive here. After all, this is a habitat, a hole in the water, a hole in the ground even, with just water in. Yes, you can call upon, but you need the planting and the habitat around it for the hunting to be going on, the hiding, the birds to come down as well. Your amphibians going to come out and hunt at night in these grasses and plants. So the more life you've got around the pond, the more life it attracts to the pond. And also other jobs that I'll do on my maintenance visit would be to keep this bush trimmed, and this conifer here I'll be giving a trim in a minute. That's got a little bit wayward the last few months, so give the side and top of trim with that. And also, obviously, within the pond you're going to get algae build up with the rainfall and the sunshine on it. Now, algae isn't completely detrimental to a pond. You just don't want it taken over, because it is a form of habitat, it is a form of food as well. Obviously, at the same point, you want to enjoy looking at your pond and don't want it to become a massive of algae there. So just carefully removing that and making sure you're not pulling lily pads and stems out at the same time when you're planting. Just do it carefully, and yeah, just keep on top of everything. That's all about, and then enjoying it all. So if this is the kind of thing you'd like in your garden, doing your bit for the pollinators and wildlife with the ponds and the pollinator friendly planting and the wildflower meadows, give me a call, give me an email, give me a message. All the details are on the video at my website, www.vikinggardencreations.com. And I'd love to hear from you. Let's say based in Hampshire, but we'll travel for the bigger kind of project. If you are local to me, fantastic. Let's get these pollinator friendly corridors built up around our streets.